We are realistic, Carlos. Thank you very much for your question. I think that the most important thing is that we go to this peace conference with two main goals achieved, or at least on the table. The first one is the permanent ceasefire, the respect for international humanitarian law, which is not the case nowadays, with this disproportionate response taken by the Israel government. And second, with a concrete idea on how to move forward this two-state solution, which could bring peace and security and coexistence for both countries, Israel and Palestine. I think that this is a crucial moment. We are living a momentum where all the international community must be engaged in a solution that could last, a solution that could be fulfilled by both parties, and a solution that could provide the peace, the stability, the security, and the prosperity that people in Gaza, in Palestine, and also in Israel needs. So what we feel, I think that the same feeling that most of the people here that works every day feel. Injustice, frustration. This is not fair. This is not a fair response that the Israeli government should have been taken. I think that the answer should be another one. It's the respect for international humanitarian law, the respect for the lives of thousands of children, kids, women and men that are suffering the consequences of this cycle of violence. So I do believe that we need to call upon Israel. Democracies must fulfill our obligations with international humanitarian law, and this is something that must be fulfilled by Israel. So my feeling today when I see all these trucks and the suffering of the people in Gaza is frustration, is also injustice, and the need to do, the correct thing to do, which is to provide all this humanitarian aid. Of course, from our side, from the Spanish side, we also announced 4 tons of humanitarian aid, in this case, to the Egyptian government to complement all the needs that the Egyptian government needs to provide health assistance to the refugees and the people coming out from Gaza. I think that the momentum has come for the international community, especially for the European Union and member states, to recognize the state of Palestine. And I think it would be important if many member states of the European Union, we do it all together. But if this is not the case, of course, Spain will take their own decisions. So since the beginning of this conflict, we've been very vocal in asking the Israeli authorities to stop and to implement a permanent ceasefire. And this is something that we've been also demanding before the multilateral institutions and before the rest of our allies and friends, different countries. So from our side, we have a very clear position on this, which is to stop the violence, to implement a permanent ceasefire, and to allow the humanitarian aid to enter into Gaza. To me, I would say 2 images. The first one is a young boy of 18, 19 years old that we met in the kibbutz that we visited yesterday in Israel, which suffered, of course, these terrorist attacks from Hamas, and he was willing to. He came back and he was telling us that he was ready to rebuild his home and to live where he belongs. And the second one is perhaps all these images of a long file of trucks waiting to open these gates and to allow the humanitarian aid to enter into Gaza. So at the end of the day, as Prime Minister De Croo said, hope. And this is what we will work, I'm sure, of it, dear friend, for that hope for the region, the people in Palestine and the people in Israel. Thank you very much.